News online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Get the funds you need now, just in time for back to school with Courts Ready Cash. Plus, if you apply before October 3rd, you will be entered for a chance to win your loan free. That's right. When you take a loan for school expenses from Courts Ready Cash, you could be the lucky winner of up to $10,000 of your loan amount. Also, when you visit us during the month of August, you may receive free gifts like back to school essentials, gift vouchers, Courts Cash, Radio Shack coupons, and much more. Visit your nearest Courts or Ready Cash location or apply online at readyfinancecaribbean.com. Conditions apply. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Offer ends October 3rd.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. With the construction of several hotels on the way here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Minister of Tourism Carlos James says that the country should be preparing for the transformation that is going to take place. One aspect highlighted by the minister is that he thinks is likely to be transformed is that of public transportation, particularly when it comes to after-hour travel. We hear more from the tourism minister.
At this point in time, St. Vincent and the Grenadines ought to be preparing itself for the transformation that is likely to take place. Even the transportation system is likely to change. By 7 o'clock in the evening, you can't get a bus to go home, but there will be at least 400-500 night workers leaving hotels across, whether it's the Leeward side or in the Villa area, as far as Diamond, to get to their various residences. And how do we deal with that basic elementary thing of public transportation and night transportation, for that matter, of commuting? There will also be guests looking to leave their hotels and wanting to go to a restaurant or a local Creole festival within various communities.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Carlos James, speaking on WEFM's Issue Attend program. Minister James said this countrywide transformation will require more taxis and an overall bolstering of public transportation. The tourism minister also mentioned the change that would need to come from the arts and creative sector, saying that there would need to be an increased production of attractive events and festivals. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment continues to tackle chronic non-communicable diseases, NCDs, with focused intervention and prevention strategies. In the commemoration of Caribbean Wellness Day, a month of activities dealing with NCDs was launched this week at a ceremony at Beach Kumas Hotel. Speaking at the event, Minister of Health, Wellness and the Environment, Sinclair Prince, said chronic non-communicable diseases are a threat to the nation's overall health and well-being and must be treated as such. Minister Prince noted that a collective national response is required, as well as a change in lifestyle and habits of everyone to reduce the incidences of diabetes and hypertension. The health minister affirmed that the ministry is redoubling efforts to respond to this scourge and greater emphasis will be placed on NCDs going forward. Medical Officer of Health Dr. Roger Duncan echoed the health minister's sentiments, noting that responsible choices must be made and encouraged as NCDs not only put a strain on the country's health sector and finances, they are the leading cause of death in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still on the local scene, Vincentians will have an opportunity to learn more about the different measures designed to adapt and mitigate against climate change and its impacts. This as the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology, in collaboration with the Sustainable Development Unit and the regional delivery partner, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, hosted Green Climate Fund GCF Readiness Climate Change Symposium. The initiative is designed to improve the national awareness of climate change challenges, foster improved engagement with the GCF, and allow for dialogue and feedback from sector-specific stakeholders on climate change adaptation and mitigation. The open session of the symposium will be held on Friday, 9th September 2022, under the theme One Earth, Climate Action for All, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on the second floor of the Methodist Church Hall. On to news in the region. Trinidad and Tobago's Minister of Social Development and Family Services, Donna Cox, says citizens must acknowledge that human trafficking is both a serious crime and a public health issue. The minister was speaking at the launch of Heal Empower Rise Counter Trafficking in Persons, her CTIP project hosted on Wednesday at the Bricks Hotel. According to a media release, the project is a multi-sector initiative of the United States Agency for International Development, Mission for Eastern and South Caribbean, USAID ESC, the International Organization for Migration, and the United Nations Development Program, and is designed to strengthen the enabling environment that provides protection and support services to survivors of trafficking. During her remarks, Minister Cox said that her ministry has recognized the complexity and seriousness of human trafficking and thus has drafted a manual on victims' care for social service providers. Former Jamaican National Security Minister Robert Montague on Tuesday called for the resumption of hanging in an impassioned plea as the House of Representatives debated and passed the Firearms Act 2022. Based on the provisions of the Act, persons in Jamaica convicted of gun crimes face a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years and up to life in prison. But with the rampant criminality in the country and with murders averaging in the region of 1,300 per year, Montague believes the punitive legislation, as described by Jamaica's National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, does not go far enough. We must resume hanging without delay, he declared during his contribution to the debate, while telling his fellow parliamentarians to vote to remove it from the law books if they believe otherwise. In justifying the call for a resumption of hanging, Montague suggested that it would be a deterrent to Jamaica's high murder rate. He pointed to an analysis of the murder figures that show that in the 25 years from 1962, when Jamaica became an independent nation, to 1987, some 7,447 murders were committed in the country at an average of 297 persons per year, or 14.1 murders per 100,000 inhabitants. On the international scene, the Queen is under medical supervision at Balmoral after doctors became concerned for her health, Buckingham Palace has said. Following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision, a statement said. The Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. Prince Charles has traveled to her location. The Duchess of Cornwall has also traveled there, and the Duke of Cambridge is on his way. The announcement comes after the Queen, 96, pulled out of the Privy Council on Wednesday, with doctors advising her to rest. There are clearly pressing concerns for the Queen's health, much more explicitly put than before, and without any reference to this only being about difficulties with mobility. And finally, in sports, St. Lucia Kings got their Hero Caribbean Premier League CPL campaign up and running with a nail-biting victory against Jamaica Talawas in front of a raucous home crowd. The Kings won the toss and opted to field first, and they were rewarded for that decision with a disciplined performance with the ball and on the field. Wickets fell at regular intervals to ensure the Talawas were restricted to 163 for 8. In reply, the Talawas played the Kings at their own game by taking regular wickets. Mohamed Amir's early double wicket over-rocked the Kings by Johnson Charles's excellent half-century kept the home side in the game. There was still plenty to do when David Wise strode to the crease, but he marshaled the chase superbly to get the Kings their first win of the tournament. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
At Quartz Optical, we've got the perfect combination of style and value just for you. Shop from our wide range of stylish frames, and for a limited time, buy one and get a second pair at 80% off. We've got frames as low as $99. Ask about our affordable credit plans from 3 to 24 months. Make your appointment today at quartzoptical.com. Conditions apply. See in store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
The flavor nice, it's locally made. Affordable price, Lord, up to $3 retail. When you see we